Hi, I'm Jay Moonah. I am from Wild Apricot. I am known as the noisy apricot because I'm in charge of marketing and because I'm pretty loud. And the topic that we wanted to discuss here today is social bookmarking. And so there's a couple of things, reasons that I wanted to talk about this. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for associations and for just about any kind of organization in using some of the free tools that are out there to do social bookmarking. When we talk about social bookmarking, there's a couple of different things we talk about. One is things like delicious tagging, which is kind of a replacement to your browser bookmarks, but what it adds is a layer of socialness. So you can share those bookmarks, if you would like to, with all your friends and with the network, so that things that get bookmarked more often get raised up in popularity. So basically what it becomes is the act of bookmarking adds a sort of natural layer of seeing what's popular within a particular realm. And by adding, you can add tags to your bookmarks, which again sort of helps you find them, but also helps the community find them. So, for example, you might have a tag that was an association management tag, for instance, and there might be different ones you could use. But let's, for the sake of argument, say it's something like association management, which is a long tag, but you get the idea. Anything that's tagged that would get a ranking based on the number of people who tag a particular item and use that tag. And the higher up that ranking goes based on the use of that tag, the more likely it is to come up in a search result when somebody goes onto Delicious and does that search. So it's kind of a natural way of sorting internet content through bookmarking stuff, which is something that a lot of people do anyway. So it's leveraging the natural processes that people are doing online to create more value for the community. So that's social bookmarking. And then another sort of subcategory of that is something that I tend to just, as a differentiator, call social news. And so a good example of that is a site like Digg. So Digg is a site, and it's D-I-G-G. Digg is a site where people can submit stories in sort of a similar way to those social bookmarking sites. The difference being, in this case, people can vote. So a site can be submitted, and this tends to be more about timely news and breaking news, things like that. So someone might submit an interesting piece of content, and then people on the site can vote for it and vote it up. Now, Digg tends to be probably more, I guess, technical news and things that are of kind of broad interest. One of the things that my company, Wild Apricot, has done is created a Digg-like site specifically for association and nonprofit related news, and it's called Association Jam. So it's associationjam.org. And very similar kind of concept to Digg. It works pretty much exactly the same, which is you submit a blog entry or a piece of content that's related to association management, nonprofit management, fundraising, that sort of thing. And in the same way as Digg works, the community votes on it. A much sort of smaller and more focused community, so where Digg you might have hundreds or thousands of votes on something, on Association Jam you might have dozens of votes on something if your piece of content is doing well. But the great thing is that stuff that will have those dozens of votes will float to the top, and people will see it as sort of the current top story or a current top story. And this can help drive traffic to a piece of content that's your content or somebody else's content. So it's a great way of sharing with the community, and it's a great way of people being able to sort of select and say what things they think are really interesting. So it does a couple of interesting things, which is it helps you find the stuff that you're interested in, and it helps the community find your stuff or other stuff that you think is interesting to them. So I think there's a lot of value in social bookmarks for associations, and I think it's something that, start trying out a tool like Delicious or start trying out a tool like Association Jam and see what you can do with it and see what's happening in the community, see what people are already contributing. I think there's a lot of opportunities there, and I think it's a great way to both to drive traffic and to learn, which is stuff I think we all want to try and do. So that's it. Thanks very much, and hope you're all having fun at the meeting.